Very special day it is. It's a finally fantastic, maybe just a little freaky Friday, but Friday means my partner in crime, my co-host this morning is, of course, the one, the only Holly Thompson. Good morning,
Good
Holly. Happy
morning.
Friday, right?
Yes.
Friday, yay, yay, hip, yay, yay, yay.
And all the things.
And all of the things, yeah,
Yes.
yay. All right, let's take our sponsors this morning.
We'd like to thank Meadowview Healthcare, Walmart, Salem Crossing, Americans for Prosperity, Mama Roses, Fox Pearly Wealth Management, Dr. Black's Eye Associates, Dr. Mindy Gunn, Marshall Monuments, McAllister Land Consulting, First Harrison Bank, Louisville Bats, Schneck Hospital, and Springs Valley Bank and Trust. Thanks so much to our sponsors.
Yay, thank you to our great sponsors and what wonderful sponsors they are. And hopefully you are having a beautiful May Day. Isn't that crazy to think we've already entered in May?
It's crazy.
This is Derby week too. Exciting.
Yes.
Definitely a fun time for everybody. Everybody's,
Yes.
and actually the weather's not been too bad, you know? I mean, some of the different storms that we were supposed to get really bad.
Wasn't that bad, though.
Yeah, not too bad. So
Yeah, it's been a nice week.
we've survived.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's exciting time. Definitely a busy time, don't you feel?
Yes.
All right, let's talk about, you've had a busy week. Let's talk about your parent company actually did a big retreat.
We did our big annual executive director of nursing retreat this week at French Lick. And so it's been a long week for me, a little tired, but all is well with the world, and got some great education, and got to celebrate a little bit with our peers. And it was just a fantastic week in French Lick. Beautiful there as always. I love the hotel, and I just love the atmosphere there. It's great. So
it seems like that's usually the place they pick for your retreats,
mm-hmm,
which I would not even be mad. I'd be so happy about that.
Wasn't mad.
So on your retreats, do they kind of like, you know, I feel like that you and your team, and of course your other your sister facility and all around, I feel like you guys give so much. Do they kind of like give you some, like, do you get when like motivated speakers?
So yes, they have, and this year it was the second year in a row we've had the same speaker, and he's a great speaker, and he likes to do a lot of like games with you and get you up out of your chairs and just interactive exercises and games with you. Great inspirational speaker. And then we do our educational sessions, our breakout sessions where we have like I think there's 4 or 5 educational sessions. That was great for that. And the leadership team really spends a lot of time putting those together and putting a lot of thought into those. And of course, this year the theme was Derby themed. Cute. So every room had its own Derby horse theme, and that was awesome. And then we had, on the first night, we had our awards ceremony, where they hand out like Building of the Year, ED of the Year, DNS of the Year, the CARE Awards. And then we also had this for the second year in a row, buildings. I don't know how to say this because I forgot what the name of it is. But anyway, buildings, employees that work in the building. It's like a talent contest. That's what I'm looking for. They have a talent contest. And so we had a person from our region that sang. And so they had singers, and anywhere from like Broadway to, all different genres of singing and stuff. And last year there was actually a magician, but it just gives the buildings a chance to shine with their special talents. And so that was great time for that. But we had the awards ceremony, the talent contest, and then the second night was just a time for celebrating the Derby even more. And so I loved our region, our Tetrick region, because the first night we all had to wear some sort of pink, so we had to dress up in our Derby finest and wear pink or whatever. And then the second night we all dressed alike in our jockey shirts and our jockey hats that one of our EDs made for us.
Beautiful.
And taking pictures and just spending quality time together. And then we closed it out with the motivational speaker again. So it was a great time.
I love that
Mhm.
so much.
Mhm.
But I think like it's so important to have these, like everybody kind of like minded, and
Mhm.
everybody's got a lot, similarities, and to
Mhm.
have that networking where you can meet with others, and of course have those meetings where like, healthcare changes every
Every day
hour,
it
every
seems.
hour
Yeah.
almost,
Yeah.
and just getting
Yeah.
those updates on that, and maybe,
Mhm.
different ways to do things to do, and
Mhm.
information on that. And I'm sure it was a question and answer Q&A, where you
Mhm.
could ask questions if you needed to, and that probably comes back. I feel like your batteries are really recharged.
Well, one of the things that I like that they do is they get input from, like, the regionals will choose, depending on what the educational session is, the the RVPOs will ask certain EDs to give like best practices. And so you're not just getting lectured per se, but you're getting best practices from hands-on, what buildings are doing every day
Mhm.
in their building. So I really like that part of it too.
Right. And then I love motivation speakers. I love,
Mhm. Mhm.
they come in and
Mhm.
they're just,
Mhm.
so positive and giving
Mhm.
you so much. It's always,
Mhm.
I feel like, after you've sat in a session with a motivational speaker, you always feel so good afterwards.
Yes.
You know what I mean? You feel like,
Yes.
and that's just what you need,
Mhm.
you need
Mhm.
that, well
Need that
done.
oomph.
Yeah. You do.
Yeah.
You do. Yeah.
Mhm.
And on the talent show, did you do like The Hills Are Alive? Did you sing something?
I
My
did not
old Kentucky
participate in
home?
the
You didn't?
talent. No.
Holly,
Mm-mm. No,
you
ma'am.
missed your opportunity there.
No,
I'm
ma'am.
really
Because
confused why
they
that one didn't
send it
happen.
out and they have every building, like, let your employees know there's a talent show, and so anybody from the building can participate. And then they look at all of them and they pick like the top 10 or whatever it is out of the company, and then those people get to actually perform on stage at the retreat.
Did we have anybody that put their name in?
Not from our building, but we had one from the region that did.
Okay. All
And she
right.
did a really fantastic job with her singing.
Yay.
So,
Way to represent.
that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's our region.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But our Tetrick region, we really rocked the house with our derby's finest wear and the jockeys wear. Like both nights we were like seas of pink,
Yeah.
and we got so many compliments on how we were all matching or coordinating, and
Mhm.
it was a great time.
Beautiful. Well, you looked beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
And so you had your derby dress on. You
Yes,
had boots. Oh my
I
goodness, I
had
love
my
the
boots.
boots.
Yes.
I had to just, yeah, the boots were they right
Mhm.
there. Those boots were made for
I
walking.
love them.
Those boots were, yeah.
Love my white
Though
boots.
they were the
Yeah.
real. They were
Mhm.
like, yeah, they were everything. They brought life.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my thing was like because pink, we had to wear something pink. And so I went with the like pink, black, and white color combo. So I had my little white, what are those things called?
Fascinators.
Fascinator. I had my
Hmm.
white fascinator. I had my white boots going on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You were.
I loved it.
Yeah, you were dangerous.
I wouldn't know about that, but
Yeah, no,
I
you were
had
no,
fun.
you were beautiful
I had
actually. Yeah.
fun.
Yeah. And that's what, yeah, that's fun.
Mhm.
Yeah. And
Mhm.
seeing everybody, it's so much fun because everybody does things different. And
Mhm.
everybody, you know what I mean, has different styles, and
I love seeing all the outfits.
I know.
Because it's like they're so original,
Yeah.
unique. They're just like, oh, wish I thought about that. And and one of the EDs within our region, she had the best fascinator, and I love the colors because they had like greens and pinks in it,
Oh,
and I
yeah.
love that color combination. And she was rocking her fascinator.
Yeah, fascinators are like kind of the way to go because,
Mhm.
like, remember we were talking about this the other day. I, always get a derby hat a lot of times. Now I changed to fascinators, but I had this derby hat on that, remember it was just like huge red. I mean, like
Mhm.
huge,
Mhm.
like the biggest,
Big brim on it.
big, yeah. And it actually was so heavy on my head
Mhm.
that it hurt. No, this is the craziest thing.
Mhm.
I didn't, in fashion, I felt like I kind of knew things, but it hurt my neck.
Oh wow.
Like by the end of the night, my neck was just so like, I
Oh
felt
my
like I had,
goodness.
yeah, supporting.
Mhm.
My neck was like, oh my gosh.
When you got to watch for hitting people in the face with
Remember
it too. Yeah.
Harry Connick Jr. I was talking to Harry Connick Jr. and his lovely wife, and she was just fantastic. They were both beautiful. We posed for a photo, and I turned and my hat took her out.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So in the
Yeah.
photo, it's just Harry Connick, and there she is. You can see her legs. You know what I mean, behind my hat. And I was like, oh, this has to go. I
Yeah.
can't do this.
Yeah.
And then my neck was thankful. Actually,
Yeah.
that hat is no longer in my possession.
Oh my
I got
goodness.
rid of that hat. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Onward ho, someone else can have a stronger neck, I guess.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Or put in, I mean, you almost have to wear a brace if you're going to wear it. I just didn't realize, like, I've wore, hats, and stuff, but I
Mhm.
didn't realize you get too heavy. You have to
Yes.
really take all this in, especially a long day,
Yes.
and heels, when you're in heels and,
Well, and I find when the hats or anything are on my head too long, my head starts hurting.
uh-huh.
And it can be a loose hat. It don't even matter. But it'll start hurting my head if it's on too long.
Yeah. And sometimes I'll give it like a headache.
Mm-hmm.
I can do that. Like I can make it through that. I can muddle through that. And I muddled through that red hat.
Yes. Yes.
I'm one of those that you commit. You know what I
Uh-huh.
mean? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Once you start, you got to commit. So I can do it.
Mhm.
But boy, at the end of the night, it's a game changer.
Well, there were, excuse me, there were several people on the second night where we were our jockeys. There were several people in the room that had, those blow up horses that you can wear.
Yeah.
And so it looks like you're riding the horse.
Cute.
There were several that had those on. And I'm like, that's a commitment because you have to worry about sitting in it because we had tables, to sit in and I'm like, that's a commitment. Like that I don't think I could make it through the night with the horse.
Think if you had that. Okay. So like, and you try to eat. I mean, that horse's head would have to be like right there.
Right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. You'd almost have to eat sideways or something. I don't know. But that was a commitment.
Yes. Did you think it through?
Right.
Did you, it's like the time I wore to prom, the hoop dress.
Yeah.
I mean, and when you sit down, that hoop goes whoop.
Whoop. Yeah. It's like we didn't really think
you have
this
to
one
learn to
through
put
too
your hands in your lap. That was an early age learning.
long.
Put your hands in your lap to hold the hoop down because that hoop is whoop. You know what I mean? It was those huge Southern Belle hoops. You know what I mean? Yeah, over your head. It's like a big arch.
But I really like to see the colors and the styles that the guys wear.
Oh,
like when the
men are bringing it.
When they wear like the derby hat, and they have the bow ties.
Oh yeah.
And they're in those beautiful spring colors.
Oh,
where they're wearing the spring greens and pinks and all the things.
Absolutely.
And I just think those the guys look just as festive and fancy.
They're doing it. The men are bringing it.
The men are bringing it.
And I love it. Love it. Yeah.
And I love when they're like the dress or the outfit that the woman's wearing coordinates with what the man's wearing, like, the color coordinate. I love that.
Well, you know who put it together.
Yes. 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 Mm-hmm. I don't know. I just think they're
that's
just
what I always know. I always know. I mean, yes, I love all that. Love that. But I know who put that together. Yeah. I mean, swag at 100, but I know who did it.
Uh-huh.
But, and then you put on cologne with it. And yeah, it's all good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then you want to play that was it ZZ Top Sharp Dressed Man?
Yeah. There you go.
Song. Yeah.
Yeah. Not even mad about all that. Yeah.
I love seeing what the guys and gals are wearing for Derby whenever it comes along. I love seeing their outfits.
I feel like anything goes just about,
and
I love it. The different colors they match, or different, or some of them, like you wouldn't put those color combinations together, but they do, and it looks wonderful.
Yeah, I agree.
So anyway, 'tis the season, fun time, and I'm glad you retreat, and I'm glad that you're back. I'm glad that you had it. I'm glad that they offer that in the springtime, kind of get your batteries charged for, another year.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was fun.
I'm glad about that. All right. Let's see what today is. We're moving right along. May Day. Isn't that crazy? And we entered in the month of May. It's crazy to think of that already. We're already on to the second day of May. Today is Baby Day.
Baby
Day. I love Baby Day. I want to go rock a baby. I love rocking babies.
Oh, yes.
There's just
when they're not crying and screaming.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, or if they start crying a little bit and then they go to sleep.
Yeah,
it's like
then they snuggle.
Yeah, you don't want to move, like under no circumstances. Please don't make me move. Don't make me move. Yeah. Brothers and Sisters Day.
I have none.
Oh,
I have none. No brothers. Lots of cousins.
Yeah,
but no brothers and sisters.
Well, they're like your brothers.
Cousins are like my siblings.
There you go. Let's see here. International Scurvy Awareness Day. Remember, scurvy was something years ago. I think of it more of it like on a ship. Remember scurvy? Am I saying that right? Why are you?
I'm trying to think of what it is.
Scurvy. It's like it's like you get sick And I think like you need like, which it makes sense. Like you need like citrus. I think like citrus makes it better.
Okay,
It's
so
like a
that's when they
pirate.
had
Remember
to
they had
like eat
scurvy. Like
lemons or whatever.
yes. Remember
A
like
pirate's disease.
yeah, like a pirate or like a ship
I'm looking at the
scurvy.
definition.
Yeah.
A disease caused by severe deficiency of vitamin C.
Yes. So
Also,
that's
yeah.
yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
that's why lemons and oranges and
Yes.
yeah. So I'm yeah. I don't think we have that as much anymore.
I
I
don't
mean,
think
like I don't
so.
think you hear about that. I think it was more like for some reason I always think like ships, like
Yes.
you know what I mean,
Mm-hmm.
the
Mm-hmm.
yeah, the
Yeah.
sailors. International Space Day.
Yay.
You know, I remember I always talk about this, but I loved interviewing those astronauts. The coolest men. Not only were they extremely brilliant, but they were also funny. They brought everything.
Mm-hmm.
They checked every box
Mm-hmm.
and talked about space and going up in space and and their stories were just I could have listened all day long.
Mm-hmm.
But they said that they couldn't say anything, but we're not alone. Ah! Yeah, I about fell in my chair. I was like, yeah,
God is so great.
I
How
know.
could we be
I know.
the only ones?
I love that. Very good. International Tuba Day. You gotta listen to, and there's a song. It's called the country. It's country music song, but it's tuba playing the tuba. It's really cute.
I played saxophone and clarinet,
That is
and
the coolest thing that you
a
did. That.
reed instrument was very hard. But my cousin played. I had two cousins play the trombone. One cousin played the trumpet, but the tuba. Like, of course, I was so vertically challenged. When I was in
Oh, the
band, there's
tuba
no
would
way
have
I could have
taken you
even
away.
carried a
Yeah,
tuba.
no way.
No way. No way.
I love the tuba though.
Yeah,
And I just
that deep sound.
oh my goodness when it
Mhm.
just I mean when it joins in or like if they just start playing, I
Yeah.
love it. Love the tuba.
Mhm.
Yeah. So International Tuba Day, but I ask everyone to please listen to that country music song because like in country music you'd never hear a tuba.
Mhm.
So they did a song that they brought a tuba in. It's
Aw.
really good. I can't remember if it's called the Tuba Country or something. It's really funny. I can't remember
Mhm.
what the name of the song is, but it's really cute. National Fire Day. Ooh, what a beautiful day for a bonfire.
Yes.
Those I know you love those.
I love bonfires.
Me too.
I love a good fire.
Me too.
The smell of the wood, the colors in there, and just, wrapping up in a blanket at night, sitting around that fire, roasting marshmallows and making s'mores and hot dogs and all the things. Pie, if you get your pie irons out, you can make pies with it too. So on the fire.
Only
Yeah.
watch me. I'm just like
You've had one, right? You've had a pie iron pie?
No, I've never
Really?
had no pie or iron pie. No.
Oh, they're so good.
No.
It's just simple. It's 2 pieces of bread. You butter them up, or you butter the iron thing. You butter them up, and you can use whatever filling you want. Cherry pie filling, apple pie filling, it don't matter. Chocolate pudding, whatever kind of pie you want. And then the pie iron just closes together, and you just cook it on each side, being careful not to burn it. Cook it on each side in that fire, and it comes out, and you got this perfect little hand pie. Or if you wanted to use it for a meal, you can put like ham and cheese in there.
Oh, look out.
You can just do whatever. It's versatile.
No, I've never been to a
Real
campsite that
cheesy
has that. No. Here's what I do. Get a stick, whittle it down to have a point,
Yes.
put a hot dog on there, and it's go time.
There you go.
Okay. Or a marshmallow, it's go time. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Yeah, I have bought like in my head, like I thought, oh, those metal things, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
But sometimes they'll get left out and they kind of rust and then I don't like, you know what I mean? I just go with the all natural.
Mhm.
The stick, the whittling, it's the whole process. I just do.
You can buy the packages of the wooden sticks now too.
I have done those too
Mhm.
before. And then, yeah, I have done that. Yeah.
But yeah, when I was growing up, it was you go find a long stick, and you whittle it down, and
if you in the ideal, here's was mine. I was a happy day whenever I found like a stick that had the V, like where it V'd where you could cook 2 hot dogs.
The fork at the tip.
the fork, yeah.
Yes.
And that's just a gift from God.
Yes.
That's just where the tree has made a wonderful stick for you to roast, on.
Mhm.
Yeah. You can really do when you can do 2 marshmallows.
2 marshmallows, yeah,
yeah,
whatever.
They do
those
good.
are always special.
But if you get, here's the thing, you kind of got to know what you're doing, because if you get too big a stick, it'll split the hot dog.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It'll go. You got to get the right size. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You just got to get. You don't want it too little, or it won't have the.
It won't hold it on there.
No,
it'll
it'll be
yes.
floppy hot dog.
Floppy hot dog. No floppy hot dogs around here.
No, not here.
No.
But now I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not mad when it's burnt. I like a burnt.
I do too.
I'm not even mad.
I do
Somebody
too.
like, ooh, I burned it. You know, I'm like, that's okay.
And it's really good when you get, the smoked sausage hot dogs. They have the cheese in it.
I do.
Oh, those are really good burnt.
I am a hot dog. Yeah, I like a good hot dog. I'm sorry. I ain't even mad about it. You know what I mean?
I usually do that with my marshmallows too. I wait. I hold them in there until they catch on fire, and then I blow it out really quick. So it's not like charred like ash.
Yeah.
But I like that charred flavor
Me too.
on it.
Yeah, I want it melty too.
Yes.
Yeah, especially when I put it on the chocolate. It'll melt.
Then with my marshmallows, I layer them. So I'll pull off the outside layer, and I'll eat that, and I'll roast the next layer and pull that off. And
you told me to do that. That's a whole process. Yeah,
it is.
That's really. Yeah, I've not done that. I'm gonna have to try that this year. Yeah. I would just always just get it done and then put it on the chocolate and then
because that way I'm guaranteed that the center of the marshmallow is going to be melted. Because sometimes if you just do the outside, the inside will still be a little bit,
And what is it about a s'more? Like just sitting there on a campfire eating a s'more. I mean, is that not just like, I mean, like, you know how like, you made it, like if you're in Paris and I'm trying to think what do they eat in Paris? Eating macaroons or something. You know what I mean? Drinking. Wait, hold on. What would that be? In Paris, or like, okay, in France, let's say wine and a macaroon, or I don't know. You know what I mean? You made it when you're sitting by the campfire eating a s'more.
Yes.
Yeah.
Have you tried it with the Reese's cup instead of the Hershey's chocolate bar?
No, I'm not done it. I'm early this year. I haven't done that. Yeah.
You need to try it.
I need to do that. Yeah. I love it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's yummy.
I can't even imagine
camping season.
Bad.
Yay.
'Tis the season.
Yes.
And even if you're not camping, just in your backyard. You know what I mean?
I got a little fire pit on my back deck, and sometimes my husband and I will just go out there and just grill on that, make s'mores on that, just a little.
That's the wonderful part. You don't have to have any kitchen mess.
No.
You know what I mean?
No, just go out there and cook whatever you want.
And like cleanup's a breeze. Yeah.
Easy peasy.
Lemon squeezy. I did. Yeah. National Fire Day. I love that. But I do appreciate our speaking of Fire Day, on the other hand,
stay safe.
Yeah, stay safe. Yeah. And we have got the best of the best fire, all around this whole county. It's just and when a volunteer fire department has anything going on, get out and support them.
Yes.
Because they're rock stars.
Don't know what we'd do without them.
Yeah, I know. And when you go to a fire, you hear the siren go off and you watch all of these heroes just going to the scene. It just, I always pray for them, And if you've ever seen them, fighting, when they're in there and it's like, and they're really fighting a big fire, and you see them come out. And usually I have this visual because I saw this several times where they come out and like they'll drop to a knee to get their oxygen, and then the other team or the other ones will go in. They kind of rotate. It's like unreal to watch.
Well, it's like they're putting their lives at risk every time they go answer a fire, you know, and to have all that big heavy gear on, just to battle the smoke and the flames, but then to have that big heavy gear on to have to. I just applaud them.
Well, and they never know what they're getting into.
Right.
Like what is in that household? You know what I mean? Are there, are there like ammo, guns? You know what I mean? What are they getting into? And then we learned all about like the backdraft stuff. You know what I mean? Remember that?
Remember that movie?
Yes. I do. Well, that was intense.
Yes, it was.
Very intense. But I'm glad that they showed that, because I don't think sometimes we realize.
Right.
If you're not doing it, you don't realize all that.
Right.
So
I agree.
Yeah. And right now there's some that are being toned out. Okay. As we speak. So anyway, so National Fire Day, just be safe. And like Woodsy, let's see, hang on. Woodsy says, remember that make sure the fire is out. When you leave the campsite or you leave whatever, make sure that you have put the
Well, and when you're building the fire, make sure it's in some sort of fire ring or, ring of rocks or whatever, and make sure the area around the fire ring is cleared of any like loose dried leaves and things like that, and make sure you completely put that fire out before you leave.
Only you can prevent fires.
That's right. That's right. 100%.
I listened. National Life Insurance. How apropos after
we
right?
talked about that. Yeah.
National Play the Ukulele Day. Didn't Tiny Tim tiptoe through the tulips with me? I remember.
My daughter actually took ukulele lessons.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah, she took that for like about a year or whatever. She loved it, and then her instructor turned her on to the bass guitar. So then she got into the bass guitar for a while. So I had to buy her a bass guitar.
I love
now
that.
she doesn't do either.
But that's okay. She tried.
But that's fine.
You remember Adam Sandler, which is one of my favorite Adam Sandler.
Yes.
Love Adam Sandler. He played the ukulele.
Yeah.
And he usually sings some song that he just come up with. And I love that.
He's great.
Yeah. So National Play the Ukulele Day. Love that. National Truffle Day. Have you ever made truffles?
Yes. They're very rich.
Yeah.
Very rich truffles.
Yeah. No Pants Day. Would be like wearing a skirt or a dress, I guess. I don't know.
Kilt.
Yeah.
Okay.
Boy, that just came right to the top of your mind. Look at you.
Well, I'm thinking, what's the men gonna do?
Look
if
at
they can't wear pants?
I know. Yeah.
They can't wear a dress. I mean, they could, but
yeah, the kilts. Yeah,
they
I like
wear
that.
Kilt or shorts or.
I love that.
They're kind of limited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe a robe. I love a good robe.
Yes.
If that could be my attire, I love the robes.
Me too. And mine has a zip. Like I don't like the tie around because I feel like I'm constantly tying it. I like the ones that zip up.
I have so many. It's so okay. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know why. I love blankets. I love robes.
I love blankets.
I'm a blanket baby beyond. I can't even hardly pass a good blanket up. You know what I mean? And do we need it? No, but do we want it? Yeah. Yeah. And I I have several robes, but there's like I'm going to use I don't know exactly the material. It's like a waffle, almost like a,
I know what you're talking about.
The waffle material. I love those robes. Also the, is it terry cloth?
Yes.
I got terry cloth, and then I have satin.
I don't like satin.
Yeah. It's like, I like it. It's,
but see, I'm more of a cotton girl, right?
I like cotton too. Yeah.
Instead of being like the satins and the silks, I'm more of like the cottons and that range.
Yeah. Yeah. And I have long ones. I have short ones. Like Dr. Seuss. Yeah. I like them. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So how did we get on? Oh, we were talking about no pants. I don't know how did we
get there?
Yeah. School lunch hero day. I love school lunches.
Oh.
And I'm so happy. And I don't know how long it's going to continue, but I hope it continues forever. The free lunches. What a blessing for families.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And I just love that so much. Absolutely. And I do want to say, I kind of keep reminding everybody, and I'm sure the other schools are too, but I know Salem School, they're going to be doing free lunches through the week at Salem schools through the summer.
Oh, that's wonderful.
I know. It's such a blessing. I think like on Monday, or I must say, I don't know how the schedule goes, but it's something I'm going to just kind of say it's something like this. On Monday, you'll pick up for like 2 days, Tuesday and Wednesday, and then Wednesday will be for Thursday and Friday. Or, you know what I mean? It's kind of like, I can't remember how it goes, but like, you don't have to show, like identification, you know what I mean? They don't do no of that red tape.
Some of my favorite memories of especially elementary school was of the cafeteria lunches.
Oh,
and the milk, because when you're younger, when you're in the lower grades, we always got milk like in the morning or in the afternoon, and like the milk coming to the classroom was the biggest thing.
I know. Yeah.
And you got to choose which one you wanted. And then the cafeteria meals, we all had our favorites, right? We all had our favorites. And the lunch ladies did a wonderful job cooking every single day.
And you get to know them, and they would just
they cook from their hearts.
They did. I love those ladies. And they would always be so happy. And
Oh yes.
now, did you get white or chocolate milk?
Chocolate.
Mm.
Always chocolate.
Mhm. I wanted chocolate, but my dad always told me, I don't know why, because he was friends with a lot of them, but he always wanted me to get white. So I always felt like I had to get white or I get,
Healthier.
yeah. And he always wanted me to get white. So
Mhm.
I always would look at the chocolate ones and I'd be like, I want chocolate. Yeah. So
Yeah, I always got chocolate.
yeah, I was afraid that, that he would find out. So, but that's okay. All right. I can have chocolate milk now.
There you go.
But I also I drink white milk though normally,
Yeah.
more so. Yeah. Take a baby to lunch day.
Second
And then
of babies.
I
'Cause,
know it's National Baby Day. Of course, take him to lunch.
Mhm.
Yeah. World Tuna Day. Do you like tuna?
I do. I like tuna fish sandwiches. I don't want a whole bunch of it, and I don't like it where it's like really. I'm not a fish flavored fish person, right? I don't want my
No.
fish to taste like
Right.
fish.
Yeah.
And so
I understand that though exactly. Yeah.
the flavor kind of has to be masked with something.
Gotcha. Mhm.
I watched something the other day because I love salmon patties. Do you
Mhm.
like salmon
Mhm.
patties?
Yeah. Mhm.
I love salmon patties. And this lady that I was watching the other day, she doesn't like the flavor of salmon. She thinks the salmon is too strong. So instead of making salmon patties with salmon, she makes tuna patties. And so she makes out of tuna fish.
Oh.
Same way she does her salmon patties, but she uses tuna fish. And she says that the flavor is a lot better because it's not as strong. So I want to try that.
I want to know a full report. I love
Mhm.
that you told me that. I've not
Mhm.
tried that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never thought, because I've never thought of doing tuna patties like the salmon patties, because we either do like tuna fish salad or tuna fish casserole or things like that, but I never thought of making the patties.
Yeah. When I would make tuna salad or no, I did tuna salad, but like tuna casserole, I would tell the girls it was chicken. They had no idea. Yeah. And sometimes the hamburger was actually, it wasn't hamburger, it was turkey. And they had no clue.
I made some chili yesterday, and I made it with ground pork instead of ground beef.
Ooh, was it good? I think it would be good.
The pork absorbs to me whatever. I'll use ground pork in place of hamburger a lot because it just takes on the flavor of whatever you're cooking. You can't tell it's pork versus hamburger.
Yeah. Now I've done that where I've made a meatloaf where I put half pork, half hamburger on it. Yeah, I've done that before. Yeah. Yeah. That's cool though. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. But I'm going to try that tuna. Yeah, I like that because I'm always trying to get more fish in our meals, but it's hard when you're not real. Yeah.
Right. And I like the texture of the salmon patties, and put some mustard on it after you fry it. It's really good. A little bit of honey mustard. So yeah, I'm really excited to try the tuna patties.
Sounds good. I appreciate you sharing that. I'm going to try that. Try that at home. Yeah. Yeah. I do love fish though. I do love fish, but I'm with you. I like a good white fish. Yeah. Like a cod. I like a cod. Yeah.
But if fish is done, because when I met my husband, he's a big fisherman. I'm like, no, thank you. You're catching it out of a pond or whatever, and it's going to taste like fish. No, thank you. But there's a method that he uses with the way he soaks it and cooks it. You can't tell. You can't tell.
Look at that.
Right? I'm like, okay, as long as you're cooking, then I'll eat it.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just not a big fishy fish person.
Talk about when you got married to your husband, a good catch.
Right? Yes. He's a good catch.
He's a good catch.
That's right.
All right. This is also National Auctioneers Week. I think I can talk really fast. I think I could have been an auctioneer. I don't know. I would have to go to school or take classes. Like I'd have to know. I don't know if I would be able to do it, but I think for some reason that might be something I could do.
It makes me too nervous.
Does it?
Like I sit there and watch them. I'm like, how are you doing that? How are you doing that?
I love to watch it. I love to watch them. Eat dessert first week. Have you done that ever?
I have done that before, or I'll take like a bite.
Yeah.
Like a lot of some places you go, like they'll have the dessert already there.
Yep.
And that you have to eat it last.
Yeah.
Because they're going to bring the salad and then the main course but if it's sitting there and I'm like, oh, I might take a little taste and see what it tastes like.
No, I'm with you. I do that
Mhm.
too. Yeah, I've done that.
Mhm.
And I've seen people actually just eat it first.
Yeah.
I'm not even mad.
No.
You know what I mean?
To each their own.
I agree. I agree. And you don't know what kind of day they've had.
Right.
Maybe they just need that dessert.
Mhm.
You know, right?
Who am I to judge what you do?
We'll not. Holly and I are not judges on that in
No.
any shape or form.
You want dessert first? Go for it.
Right.
Go for it.
Exactly. All right. So this is kind of cool. Things that improve people's quality of life so much that they wish they did it sooner. So today's the day. I always feel like on everything, like today's a new day. Like work on yourself, work on, maybe if there's something, your whatever, a habit or whatever that you'd like to kick,
Mhm.
today's the day,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll see.
Huh.
We shall see. But these are things I do like that. I do wish, and I think that, like, especially whenever I hear something that would be good to know at an early age, for like, okay, let's go back to maybe skincare.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? My family, we were big on skincare.
Mhm.
And I think that's been important. And I really have really worked with the girls on taking care of their skin,
Mhm.
and it's hard to do. And also you hear, I mean, like so many different ways, ideas, and so many different products are out there,
Mhm.
so you kind of got to go with a reliable source.
Mhm.
So okay, so here's what with things that improve people's quality of life so much, but they wish they would have done it sooner. Number one, giving your eyes breaks.
Oh.
If you spend a lot of time looking at screens, rest your eyes every 30 minutes and focus on something 20 feet away. It helps the eye strain. This is actually sponsored by Dr. Mindy Gunn, Dr. Black's Eye Associate.
Oh.
No, I'm just kidding. But Mindy probably would agree with this,
Yes.
which can cause headaches, tiredness, and even depression. Ooh, I don't know about that, but oh my goodness.
Our Japanese foreign exchange student that we had, she was taught to look at green. So she would like look into the trees or the grass. She said that she was taught that the color green is a healthy color to nourish or support your eyes or whatever. So if her eyes were tired or something, she'd go and she'd look into the trees or the grass or something. She'd look at things that were green.
I love that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well, that's good
Now
information.
I never looked it up to see if there were any fact-based, anything to support that or not. But that's what she was taught.
Well, you think about it, like if you're reading a lot, or on the screen or whatever, your eyes
Mm-hmm.
all the time, and mine get tired,
Mm-hmm.
and of course that makes sense. So rest them every 30 minutes.
Yeah.
So take care of your eyes, which are so important.
They are.
Which Mindy will say this: you cannot get new eyes.
No.
According to, remember Tom Cruise? Remember in was it I can't think of the movie where he got fresh eyes. He got some new eyes. Oh, I can't think of it. Anyway, and she said no, that's not true. Minority Report. They
Okay.
Yeah, he got new eyes. But Mindy Gunn assured me that that's not true. No.
Take care of your eyes.
That's right. Number two, replacing a cheap office chair with something that actually offers lumbar support.
Oh,
Agree 100% on that.
100% agree with
Yeah.
that.
So for my birthday, my girls went together and got me a new chair.
Mm-hmm.
And this is like a game changer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But it's funny, everybody wants to sit in my chair.
That's your chair,
out
though.
of my chair.
That's your
out of my chair.
Yeah.
Isn't it funny? You go somewhere and like you see a nice chair and you want to sit in it. And right?
Yes.
Don't you have that desire?
Well, and I know we're very territorial.
No, it's so true.
Like in our conference room, even though there are no assigned seats.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Everybody has their seat.
Right?
They're not
it's
assigned,
like church.
but
everybody has
seats.
their right. It's like at church. Everybody has
Mm-hmm.
their one place that they sit. Yeah.
That's right. Because my mom, her and my aunt, they go to the same seats every time. Like that's their seat. And when I go with my grandmother, same thing. That's their seat.
Yeah.
That's where you sit.
And it's funny how we are about that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And like in our chairs and stuff, yeah.
And if somebody's sitting in it, you're polite, like, oh, it's okay. In your mind, you're not right the rest of the time because you're like out of
You're in
sorts.
my
You're
seat.
out of sorts.
You're in my seat. Yeah.
You're not in your
You're in my
normal
seat.
space.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Right.
So you may
And
say
then
you're okay,
and
but
then
you're really
how
not.
does this how do you feel about this? I remember growing up, this was a big thing. What if someone gets up out of the chair and goes like to get a soft drink or goes to get a drink and then comes back? Okay, was that chair fair game or was that chair like right?
Uh-huh.
Don't tell me
Uh-huh.
there's not been huge
Oh.
fights on this. You
Oh
know what I mean?
yeah.
Is that like a fair game chair or is that you got up? You hear that. So that this would be really good for debate. Like I love a good
Mhm.
debate because like okay, you got up, you left the chair, right?
Did they leave their things behind though?
I
Like if they got up to go to the restroom or they got up to go get something to eat, if their things are still around their space,
there's
I
your
would say it's not fair game. If they got up and they were leaving, like if they picked up their purse or their drink or if they picked up their stuff with them when they took off, then I would say it's fair game. But if they left something of themselves behind, they're planning on returning to that seat.
there's your case.
Mm-hmm.
Drop the microphone.
Mm-hmm.
Or but still, what if they like are watching TV and they don't have anything to leave? You know what I mean? Take off a shoe. I don't have my shoes on. You know what I mean?
That's where you leave your blanket in the chair.
Oh, well played, Holly. Well played. Because we know there's going to be a blanket, right? We know there's
Uh-huh.
going to be a blanket somewhere.
Uh-huh.
That's true. That is true. Although
And if
someone,
it's my children and they have taken my seat when I've gone to the restroom, then I'm like, get up,
I just lay on them.
get up.
You're going to get me on your lap. I'm going to lay on you. If you're in my seat, you know what I mean? I'm just going to lay on you.
Yeah.
And that usually, get off me. Okay. Number 3, understanding that working with someone smarter than you is a privilege and an opportunity to learn and actually get into their own skills, not a threat. Love that. Absolutely. Always would, always.
Yeah.
Always, always, always putting that.
Mhm.
I love that. Yes. Working with someone that's smarter than you is a privilege. I agree.
Yes.
Because it makes you stretch. It makes you work harder, makes you be on your game more. I love that. I'm 100% on that. I don't see it as a threat. I see it as I think it would be a privilege. I think it's
You want smart people working around you.
Yeah.
Makes it for a better team too.
Yeah. They've always said
Share
like you don't want to be the
ideas.
smartest one in the room. You want to be able to be like you want to be like the one. I mean,
You should never be stagnant
Yeah.
where you think you're too good to learn,
right.
or that you have nothing else to learn. We
Right.
always got things to learn.
Right. Absolutely. All right. And I agree. It's not a threat. No. I took it as a learning experience. Yeah. Because I'm always working on myself.
Right.
Always.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Let's see. Number 4. These are things that for those that's now tuning in. Sorry. Things that people improved their quality of life so much that they wish they would have done it sooner. And I agree with that. Let's see here. Buying blackout curtains can be life changing.
True.
So I agree.
Mhm.
And I think that that's something because like even on I don't really usually have much time to sleep in, but like even if I was to try to sleep in, if I see a little bit of light, I'm up. Let's do this. I'm like a rooster. Boop. There we go. Let's do this. Gotta go. Right? I mean, you know what I mean? And I do like, so I actually was in a area. It was a motel room that like had the real dark curtains, and I slept really a little bit longer than what I normally would. You know what I mean? So I think that's true. The blackout curtain.
If I'm in a hotel room, I kind of want the blackouts because I don't want people to be able to see in.
Yeah.
If I'm at home though, I kind of like the moonlight and the stars shining in at night. And I'm one who can sleep if the ray of sunshine's coming in.
Oh, can you really?
Oh, yeah. If I'm good to sleep, oh, yes.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yes,
Good for
I can
you.
sleep. It ain't going to bother me none.
Yay for you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Moving out of your hometown. These are, and I agree. That improve people's quality. The things that improve people's quality of life that we should have done earlier. That is moving out of your home. Oh no! Wait, I wasn't thinking. I thought I was reading that wrong. My goodness, no, hometown.
No,
I know a lot of people that have left and come back.
Yeah, your hometown is like an extended family.
Yeah, There's no place like home.
There is no place like home.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Oh, things that we wished again that we would have known earlier. Quitting a toxic job. I agree.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. If
Mhm.
it's just not. Mm-mm. All right.
Your mental health and your overall health is worth more.
Yeah. Yeah. Learning that it's okay to say I don't know instead of pretending you know what someone is talking about. People are excited to share what they know. So it's simply a thing that can lead to a lot more professional and social growth. So if you say I don't know, but we'll try to find the answer, that's usually the way I
Mhm.
go.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
Walking every day, better sleep, better mood, better energy, more energy. I agree.
I agree. That don't mean I do it like I should.
Oh, I'm completely, yeah. I'm doing really good, and then once I stop, then I like you got to get back on the horse.
Yeah.
Number 9, deleting social media, or at least moving it off your phone to a secondary device, so it's something that you can escape and be more intentional about.
Hmm. Not going to say I'm disagreeing with it.
I'm not gonna say I'm
I'm
disagreeing
agreeing
with it.
with it,
Yeah,
but for me to do that
yeah,
would be huge.
yeah. It's again things that improve people's quality of life so much that they
Mhm.
wish they'd have done it earlier.
Mhm.
Yeah. Someone said when my kid comes home from school, I put my phone in a drawer and don't touch it again until he's asleep in bed.
That's a good idea.
I do like that, but I
Mhm.
do think though, if there was something like an emergency, maybe you have to, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
I think that's kind of I'm all for that.
Mhm.
But we don't have the home phones like we used to.
Right? Yeah.
So there's like if there was a call or something,
Mhm. Mhm.
So I'm not against that. I just yeah.
I do think we are too dependent on our phones.
Oh, I agree. I completely
Way too
yeah,
dependent.
absolutely. I agree
Because
with
when
it.
you look around, everybody's got a phone in their hand.
Oh,
It's like an extension of their arm.
wherever you
I
go.
know it is for me.
Yeah,
Like I'm
yeah,
the first to be like, I'm holding my hand up, like, yep, that's me.
yeah, yeah.
If my phone isn't on me or right beside me, I feel lost.
Mhm.
But everything's there.
Mhm.
Everything's there. It's because it's a computer and everything in one. So it's like
Yeah.
my work is on there, my family's on
Mhm.
there, my like everything is on there.
Yeah.
You know, Notifications that your meds are ready to pick up, notifications that this delivery's coming in, emails coming through. I mean, everything is right
Right
there.
there. Right
Hmm.
there. Yeah, I got you. I got you. Let's see here. Starting a band. At the least, it's hanging out with friends regularly. I agree. Yeah.
Hmm.
I love that. Yeah, for sure. Number 12, getting a uh during COVID, getting a is it bid it during COVID?
A what?
BIDET. Bid it? Is it not it's not bit? Is that a Bitcoin? Would that be a Bitcoin? But
A
if,
bit-
it
oh,
doesn't say coin. What's it? What's a bit? BIDET. Bid it?
let me look.
Getting a bid it during COVID. What's a bid it? How would you ET?
BIDET.
Am I saying it right? Bid it?
The only thing showing up is a bidet.
Bidet. I don't know. I've never seen bidet. I don't have one. I'm sorry. Okay.
Bidet.
But that's a bidet. Okay.
BIDET
Oh,
is
I'm
a
so embarrassed.
bidet.
That is so embarrassing. A bidet. I don't know. You know what I mean?
I don't know either,
I don't
though.
know. Would you have known? Like if you saw that?
No, I don't have a bidet, though,
Or a bidet.
or a bidet. I don't have either one. Mm-mm.
I'm going to use the bidet, right? Yeah. That just really
So now
embarrasses me.
read it
I'm so
again.
embarrassed.
Some bars, read it
I'm
again.
embarrassed.
So,
During COVID, getting a bidet during COVID. Why would COVID have to do with a bidet? See, I don't understand.
well, because it's washing. Like instead of maybe using like
Well, I
less
was told to
touching,
wash my hands
less
and really
touching
make sure.
surfaces, maybe.
Oh, I guess.
Maybe I don't know. Because again, I don't have a bidet, so I don't know the
Or a
ins and
bidet.
outs.
Do you have a
Or a
bidet
bidet.
though?
I don't
I
have a
don't.
bidet either. I don't have a bit
That's going
either.
to be my new word. I've never seen it. I've never seen it. It's not on. It's not anything that I've ever.
So yeah, so it's a plumbing fixture designed for cleaning the areas down there after using the restroom,
Right.
often replacing the need for toilet paper.
I've seen them,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm not seeing. Obviously,
I I've never even seen one, I don't think.
yeah, I've seen one. I've seen them, but I've never like. Gee, I wanted to have that. I don't. I didn't know. I didn't know like COVID had an impact with it.
I didn't
I
either.
guess. I guess it makes sense, but I just didn't know that. I didn't know.
I didn't either. But I get because it's less touching,
Okay,
right?
this is
I
stuff
don't
I
know.
know. Buying an automatic nasal rinse kit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Now
Mm-hmm.
some of those are pricey.
Some of them can be,
Can be
yes.
very pricey, but I
Mm-hmm.
think it's a good thing. It's
Mm-hmm.
really a good thing. Like
Mm-hmm.
when you know, what I mean,
Yeah.
it might be for anybody eating breakfast right now. I apologize, but it's kind of a nasty, but it's
Yeah.
really good.
It works.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I'm a believer on that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, giving up on folding your underwear.
How busy are you? I mean, do you just want to throw them in the
Do
drawer
you,
and go, or
do you like make little corners? Do you?
like my mom taught me to fold them? My mom taught me you fold your underwear before you put it in the drawer.
Yeah, yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Someone said, yeah. So folding your underwear, and it says it's not talking about fitted sheets. It's talking about underwear. Is what it says here.
Mm-hmm.
These are things that have improved people's quality of life so much.
By not folding them now. Is that what it's saying?
Giving up on folding your
So
underwear.
people just don't fold their underwear
Don't fold
anymore.
your underwear anymore. Put them in the underwear drawer
Okay.
loosely. I've seen people. Yeah, I've seen the underwear drawer loosely.
I have, but then I've also seen people who had them organized, like they had the little, looks like the tic-tac-toe because it's got the little individual cubbies where
Yeah.
each
Oh, that's
set of underwear
organized.
goes in
Yeah,
a little
that's
bit
really
of
organized.
cubbies,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
or they'll do it
yeah.
for socks or any kind of undergarments or whatever. I've seen
Think
that
about
too.
yeah, and think about then the underwear that's got like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday,
Uh-huh.
Friday on them.
Mm-hmm.
And it would always just rock my world if I wore a Tuesday on a Sunday
Mm-hmm.
or a right.
Mm-hmm. Right? Can't be. That can't happen. No, that can't happen.
I gotta wait a while here for it to come around. Okay. All right. Number 15, the end. Someone said playing Pokemon Go got me out of the house walking around, gave me a community of people to talk and to share experiences with, and gave me tasks and goals for my future.
Hmm.
I just want to say that whenever, I don't play Pokemon, but when the Pokemon Go was going on,
Mm-hmm.
it was a blast out here because for some reason, is it the Go one that was like, uh, you couldn't see the objects. It was just they had them in different places throughout
Yeah.
the community.
Mm-hmm.
And the radio station here was one of them.
Oh,
And it
okay.
was so much fun watching people come in the parking lot looking for Pokemon.
I only played it one time because at that point my kids were into it, and so I only played it one time to see what it was about, and I never got into it.
Well, I remember this girl, and she had a oh gosh, I'm sorry, use your words. I feel like I'm having my Monday on my Friday. What's the a convertible? Okay, or not a convertible. It had the where it opens up.
Sunroof.
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 Sounds like I feel like I'm playing a game show over here. The sunroof, and I remember her standing up in her sunroof screaming, we're looking for
Oh
Pokemon,"
my
and it was so
gosh.
much fun. And they were laughing and having fun, and I thought,
Yeah.
oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah. So I didn't do it, but I do love that.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Wedding season's coming up. How much will it cost to attend a wedding, you think, this year?
Oh, probably way too much.
This is just to attend.
Just to attend.
To attend.
Well, so you have to get a dress, shoes, like all the things. I don't know, $100.
Ooh, Holly, you're living back in the 80s.
Oh, what's it?
According to the report, the average single person should expect to spend $461 to attend a wedding.
To attend a wedding?
Yes, to attend a wedding. For a couple, it's about $550. That's more because you need a tire for two people, but you can split travel, a hotel, and a gift. Well, so they're talking like a destination wedding, I'm going to guess, because
Oh.
you're going to a hotel,
Well,
right?
then I can understand
Yeah.
that. I'm
It-
thinking about just stuff to wear.
On average, men's attires cost $333 because mostly because of the nice shoes. Men, I feel like will spend money on shoes, and I feel like though, if it's like okay, if they get a nice pair of shoes, I feel like they're going to keep them for a while because it's not like your everyday. They're not going to wear them every day.
Mm-hmm.
Every day they're horrible on shoes. Most men.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm stereotyping, but right, a lot of men are rough on
Hard
shoes.
on shoes.
Yeah.
But I'm hard on shoes too, though.
I don't think I am really because I switched. So I don't know if I have time to, but anyway, but I think that investing in nice shoes for a man is okay.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Don't you on that? Yeah. Nice dress shoes.
My stepdad, he always had nice shoes, like a black pair and a brown pair, and but he was military, right? He was, and so the shoes got polished and buffed out, and like he had a whole shoe polishing stand that he used to make sure his shoes were polished and clean and ready to go.
Well, and also being military, because I was raised with military too, they take care of their feet.
Yes.
So a nice good comfortable pair of shoes. Yeah.
Yes.
So for men, it's usually $333. A woman's outfit costs $314.
I'm not spending
This is
that
to
much.
go to a wedding.
I'm not spending that much.
You're not going to spend that much money on a dress. Me neither.
Mm-hmm.
They estimate travel at $80. Traveling, it costs more than $80 to travel. Oh, I guess, hang on, if you're driving, I guess maybe, I don't know.
So what all is they saying?
Accommodations,
so they're
$145.
Your dress in it, the accommodation. So it's a wedding you have to drive to. So they're putting mileage and gas into it. The accommodations of where they're staying. What
$145 is cheap. Okay, if you're spending, here's what I don't agree with this. If you're spending $333 on the outfit for the man, $314 for the woman, which I think the reverse would be reversed. I think women would spend more. But and then you're sleeping somewhere for $145. $145 is pretty cheap.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, anymore, right?
Yeah.
I mean, to stay.
Mm-hmm.
And is that one night? You know what I mean?
Right.
That's.
And then are they putting the wedding gift itself into that?
Well, now they are. Too? The wedding gift is $150. Okay. Of course, if you're being invited to multiple weddings, you don't need new clothes for each one. Well, I'm not wearing the same dress. I'm not wearing the same dress to someone's wedding. Right? No, not gonna happen, right? No, we're not doing that. Oh gosh, no. The average woman can get 3 weddings out of one outfit. Oh no. Contrary to this. No, I don't agree with this.
No.
This is not.
Becky's like, I am not about this.
Oh gosh. This hurts. I'm hurting over here.
Okay, but what if you went like, okay, you bought it this year.
I'm weird over here.
Like, what if you bought it this year, okay, and you went a few years, like you've had weddings in between and you've had other dresses, but what if you've gone a few years and you hadn't worn this dress for a while? Then could you wear it again because it's been a few years?
If it's with a different group.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody would remember that dress.
Okay.
And if there's been enough time.
Uh-huh.
Well, first of all, I'd have to find the dress, right? If there's been enough time, right? I know I put that in the closet. Anyway, I probably would.
Uh-huh.
But I don't know. What would you?
Well, because I have several dresses, what I call my formal dresses, right? And I like to recycle them as far as like I won't wear the same dress repeatedly, like through the year, right? But I recycle them where if it's been a few years, then I'll wear it again. Because if you're buying a nice dress, you're spending some money on it. It's not a one and done for me.
Yeah.
I spent too much money for it to be a one and done.
Right.
So I'll just wear it at a different time.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I would. I can get behind that. I can see
Mhm.
that. Yeah, I think that's yeah, and especially if you like the dress.
Right.
You know what I mean? If
Mhm.
there's a dress that you like, and that's
Mhm.
another thing too. If you find a dress that you really like, I mean,
Mhm.
which is hard. I don't think people understand how. I mean, I shouldn't say people because I'm talking about men. A lot of times don't realize how hard it is. Dresses are hard to find,
Yes.
and to find them where they fit just right.
Mhm.
You know,
Mhm.
and you get that comfortable dress, and let's say it has pockets.
Oh, that's game changer if it's got
That's
pockets.
you know it.
Yeah.
That's like gold, Jerry.
Mhm.
Right? Isn't
Yeah.
that nice? Yeah, yeah. Okay, so but I would not wear it. No, mm-mm. If I'm at a wedding, if you see me at a wedding, like it would be 2 or 3 years before I
Mhm.
yeah, wear that dress.
Yeah.
I probably would give that dress away
Right.
and then just wait for another dress. Pass them on.
Nothing wrong
I
with
mean,
that.
well, that's the memory I had in that dress.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Mhm. I get it.
I watched them say
I
their
get it.
vows in this dress. You know what I mean? Uh, all right. Let's see here. Of course, if you're being invited to multiple weddings, it says, okay, hang on. So women can wear, you don't need new clothes for each one of them. The average woman can get 3 weddings out of them. The average man can get 5 weddings out of them.
Hmm.
The average adult American attends 2 weddings per year. It's even more expensive if you're in the wedding. No, don't even get me started. Yeah, it's like $3,000 if you're in the wedding.
But you know what? If you're a man, right, and say you buy a nice black suit,
Yes.
okay, a nice black suit, you can change up the shirt, the ties,
Preach it. You're right.
you know, and so you can make a man's suit look completely different.
I agree.
Because
Watch Johnny
if
Carson. I
if you
mean, he
have
can.
that basic black
Yeah.
suit,
Yeah,
or
he'll
whatever.
like different jackets, like with different
Mhm.
shirts, like like
Mhm.
you're saying. Absolutely, they can.
But with the like my mom when I was young, she's like every woman needs a good basic black dress.
Yeah.
Because you can dress that up with
I agree.
scarves and jewelries and
Mhm.
belts and things like and make it look different. Every woman
Absolutely.
should have a good basic black dress in her closet.
Absolutely.
But I think it's easier for a man to change up how his suit looks with the ties and the undershirts and things like that than probably a woman with her dress could.
Yeah. Breakfast at Tiffany's.
Yeah.
Remember that black dress?
Mhm.
Love
Mhm.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Love that. All right, Holly, we got to get out of here.
Okay.
Time's gone. It
Oh,
goes
it
so
sure
fast.
is.
All right, let's thank our sponsors.
We'd like to thank Meadowview Healthcare, Walmart, Salem Crossing, Americans for Prosperity, Mama Roses, Fox Pearly Wealth Management, Dr. Black's Eye Associates, Dr. Mindy Gunn, Marshall Monuments, McAllister Lane Consulting, First Harrison Bank, Louisville Bats, Schneck Hospital, and Springs Valley Bank and Trust. Thanks so much to our wonderful sponsors.
All right, happy Derby.
Yay!